Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia, Alise, and the Camellia Alise Academy. And I am so excited to be back with you guys once again. So many of you guys know, y'all have been watching my journey. It has been a crazy couple of months. Hey, y'all come on in. It's been a crazy couple of months. I personally have dealt with a very devastating few deaths in my family. And so today what I wanted to talk to you guys about is a really important topic, because as entrepreneurs, as human beings, we're gonna face many challenges, but in order to truly be successful, you have to rise above those challenges. So before we get into today's topic, I want to toast each and every one of you guys for making it through hump day, for being here with me. And as y'all can see, I'm upstairs hiding in the classroom because we are still taking care of clients today. So it's a very busy day. So toast to you guys for making it through hump day. All right, so I titled today with the most important title to me, because we truly do have to bounce back and boss up when situations come. So with the loss of both of my grandparents, you guys, I've been at a place where I've had to take care of family, but I also have quite a large staff. I have clients. You have other people that depend on you, and there are going to be times when you cannot show up, right? Or there are going to be times when you can't show up as your best self. Look at me now. Like, I still ain't got my nails done in weeks. I feel like I need to get my hair done. But that's reality, right? That's life. There are going to be times in life when you cannot just do what you normally do. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the things that you can do to build resiliency in your business. You know, if you think back, it's been 4 years, y'all, but when you think back to 4 years ago with COVID, everybody was freaking out thinking, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How is my business gonna survive, right? You guys survived. Many of y'all thrived just like I did. And there are always going to be situations. There's been busted pipes. There's been AC units that didn't work. There's been clients that, canceled. There's all kinds of things that happen. But what you have to do is turn adversity into advantage for your operations. And you have to look at every challenge that you have faced as an opportunity to learn from it and to do better next time, right? So what I wanted to give you guys today are 5 tips, right? 5 things that I personally have found help me to build resiliency in my business. And in moments when I may not be my best, my business still grows. It's still moving forward. I'm still able to, serve clients. I still have a team that I'm able to work with, that I'm able to, at times leave and know that they're able to take care of things. So here's some of the things that I wanted to go over with you guys, okay? And I really did have to think, okay, if I had to pinpoint, what are the 5 things that have made me successful in moments of the most challenging times I've had? What are those things, right? So the first one, you guys, you have to in your business foster a mindset and an environment of adaptability, okay? And what that means is you cannot be so set in your ways that you're not willing to try something new. Because guess what? The things that you've always done, every now and then a manufacturer goes away. Somebody closes up shop. The things that we used to do, sometimes those things will go away. And then you're sitting here trying to figure out, well, how do I do this if, I don't know, my steamer isn't available anymore? You have to be able to look at the constant change that happens with business. The services that we did 20 years ago when it comes to skincare, or when it comes to body sculpting, wasn't even around, but when it comes to body sculpting and things like that, are different than what we do now. So you have to be adaptable to change, because if you're not, the others around you are going to make sure that they know what the newest technology is. They're going to know what your clients are looking for. They're going to know how to get the best results, and you're still going to be looking back. Now, I'm not going to say that means that you need to change everything you do every week. No, but you need to keep your ear to the ground so that you know when big changes are coming so that you can adjust to them. And you need to have a mindset of, okay, let me try something new every now and then. You have to be adaptable to changes in your industry or you will not survive as things continue advancing. That's one of the reasons why I've started really and truly learning and incorporating AI in my business. You know, there are certain things you can do that should be automated. You shouldn't have to do that exact same thing every single day, right? Some of those things can be done for you simply. So, foster a culture and an environment of adaptability, and it's going to help you along the way. The second thing, y'all, I know I've talked about this many times, but you have to diversify your revenue streams. One stream of income is too close to none, especially when it comes to the beauty and spa industry. I tell you guys over and over and over again, but why is it that you can't sell a service that you are great at and have retail that goes along with that, right? Why can't you have multiple streams of income? Maybe, you know, you do an amazing sculpting service, but you can also be selling nutrition plans. You can be selling fajas and garments. You know, the clients may need smoothies, whatever those things are. You need to have multiple revenue streams because one is too close to none. A lot of you guys have been in our DMs and you're like, okay, in my state, can I do this? Well, what happens if right now in your state you can do one thing and the next week you can't? You can't do that service anymore. You can go into other things. You can look at other things that you're able to do. So don't just sit there and go, oh, this one thing is going to be amazing for me, because you never know what happens. It's just like machines. You guys, for many of you guys who are taking the lemon bottle class, I talk to you all day long. The electric pen is amazing. It's great. It does a great job. But I tell every student, if you're going to buy the electric pen, have it. Yes, it works well. But you better have a manual pen, because what happens if one breaks or one is not working? You need a backup, right? It's the same thing. You need to have multiple streams of income, because you never know if something's going to change with one part. At least you have another one. I talked to you guys about COVID. When we talk about resiliency, COVID was one of the biggest examples. But at the moment when we couldn't do spa services, we were out there slinging products like nobody's business, you guys. And that is one of the ways that we survived. So you need to make sure that you have multiple streams of income. One is too close to none, okay? The next thing, and this one is something that, will this be saved? Yes. Yes, it will be. And this one, you guys, is something that is very close to my heart, building a strong team. And I will tell you that this year, that's been a challenge for me, because there's been so much change in my team between 23 and 24, right? And it's not bad at all, not bad at all. But when you get used to having certain team members that are good at one thing, and then, you know, now you have a different team member that's good at another thing, you have to adapt to those changes with your team. But your team is always going to be the backbone of your business. In those moments when you have challenges before you, your team is going to be what's able to help provide ideas and opportunities for growth. Your team is going to be the ones that you can collaborate with and say, you guys, what do y'all think about trying to do A, B, and C, something different that we've never done before? Or your team might come up with ideas you've never thought of before. Hey, why don't we do this to expand the business? Sometimes those things are great ideas. Sometimes they're not. But you need to have fresh thoughts, fresh blood, and you need to have an environment where your team members can help you be the best, right? And if you have team members that you can't trust, you have team members that are fighting with each other, you have team members that, you know, are always late, you have team members that are always calling in, you have team members that are doing all these different things, they're not providing good customer service, whatever it is, right? That ultimately can damage your business. It can damage your reputation. It can damage your brand, right? So you need to build a strong team. And if you see something is not working well for you and your team, you have to make the changes for yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, you're in this business to, or I know I'm in this business to help and empower others, but I also have to be able to continue paying my team members. So if something is not working, I have to make those changes in order for the business to continue to survive and grow. So you do need a strong team, you guys. That's going to be your backbone. And also in times like now for me, when it's a challenge, I have to have people that can step up in my absence, and it makes a really, really, really big difference. Okay. All right. When we're talking about building a business of resiliency, the fourth tip that I have for you guys is an important one as well. Embrace risk management. You cannot be afraid of challenges. You have to be prepared for them. There will always be challenges when it comes to business, you guys. There will always be unexpected changes. Like I was telling y'all, if you have a brick and mortar space, there's gonna be a busted pipe at some point. There's gonna be an AC unit that doesn't work. If you do facials, there's gonna be a steamer that doesn't work one day, right? There's always gonna be something that's out there, right? There's always going to be a challenge. You have to prepare yourself for the unexpected as best as possible, right? You can't predict everything. Nobody could have predicted a global pandemic, right? But we survived it, right? So you have to prepare for the challenges ahead of you. Don't be afraid to take chances on yourself. Don't be afraid to take chances on your business, and know that some of those things are not going to work out. But guess what? Some of them are going to work out really, really well. But you won't know if you're too afraid to take chances, okay? And I know many of you guys have heard that phrase over and over again. At the end of the day, scared money doesn't make money, right? There are going to be times when you have to bet on yourself. And if you're not willing to bet on yourself and your dream and your business, how can you expect somebody else to? Okay, so tip number 4 is embracing risk management and not being so afraid of the challenges in front of you that you don't move forward. Okay. Now, step 5, the final one that I'm going to give you when it comes to building a business of resiliency, is going to be prioritizing customer relationships. You guys, none of us have businesses without customers. Like at the end of the day, we're in customer-based businesses, right? Whether I'm selling a product or a service, whatever it is that I'm doing, I have to have customers buying that thing that I'm trying to sell. And if I am not building those customer relationships, and I'm just thinking of everybody as a one-off, oh, okay, you're gonna come get your massage, leave and bye, nice to meet you, I'm not gonna survive, okay? Your loyal customers are gonna be your biggest assets. Those customers that come in every week, every month, they can't wait to get their service. Those are the customers that are going to keep things going in the times when you may not be getting the new customers that you need. Those loyal ones are going to keep the doors open. So always put customer service first and build loyal clientele, because that is what will help you survive in those times when you're not able to get all the new people in that you need, right? So you always want to make sure that if you do have challenges, if you do have problems with a customer or a client, make sure that you address them promptly, okay? Make sure that you talk to them and hear out whatever their issues are. Don't just ignore them, and provide excellent customer service. Those things will take you so far in business, okay? And then a lot of times when we're facing challenges, I often just ask myself, how would I feel if somebody treated me that way or responded that way? And when I ask myself that it kind of helps me to figure out, okay, this is what we should do, or let's try to do this to resolve that situation, right? Because at the end of the day, if I was on the other end, how would I respond? You have to always ask yourself that. And if you're putting your customer first, especially the loyal one, for example, we have a customer that's been with us 4 years. Every month, maybe every other month, if you skip, they're paying their membership every month, right? But maybe, they're out of town this month, they'll come in the next month. Okay, if this person has been my customer for 4 years, they know that I have a 24-hour cancellation policy, right? They show up on time, they get their services, they've given us a 5-star review, they love the staff, they tip the staff well, they pay on time, right? But that customer calls the day of their appointment one time and they're like, hey, I was in a car accident. I am not going to be able to make it. I'm so sorry. This is a customer we've had 4 years, right? I'm not going to be able to make it today. I'm so sorry. What are you going to do if that customer says, is it okay if I reschedule? Are you going to be like, no, you can't reschedule. I'm going to have to charge you your full fee today? Or are you going to look at it and say, I've had this customer for 4 years, right? I haven't had any issues with them. And this person's telling me they're in a car accident. I'm going to go ahead and waive that fee, right? But a lot of us get so stuck on, my policy is this and there's no exception. You're going to lose a client that you've had for 4 years over a $50, $100 charge. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to think about stuff like that. You can't, and that goes back to step number 1 with adaptability. You cannot be so just rigid and stuck in your ways that you're like, oh, there's no exceptions. There's always an exception to the rule. You know what I mean? That's a loyal client that is having an emergency and they took enough time during that emergency to call me and say, I'm sorry, here's what's going on. So yes, I'm going to make an exception to the rule, and that is going to keep that client coming back for another 4 years, right? So that's just an example. So just to recap everything that I went over with you guys, at the end of the day, no business is exempt from challenges. We are all going to have challenges if we own a business, but it is up to you to rise above those challenges and to bounce back even stronger than you were before you went through it, right? So the 5 tips that I have for building resiliency in your business, I'm just going to recap them real quick before I head out for the evening and go find out what's going on with the rest of these clients downstairs. But the 5 tips that I have, the first one, make sure that you are fostering a mindset and a culture of adaptability so that when things do happen, you can adapt and make changes as needed. The second one is to diversify your revenue streams. One revenue stream is too close to zero because you never know what might happen with that one revenue stream and just be, assed out, right? You might not have the opportunity to recover if that one thing is all that you had. And like I said, when it comes to sculpting, like, you can provide a service, but you always need to have retail and something else going as well, okay? The third one is building a strong team, because you guys, your team is your backbone. And if your team is not providing good customer service, your team is not working with each other, your team is, they're not here, they calling in or whatever, and you're like, maybe you have I had a broken foot, y'all, some of y'all have watched where I've had a broken foot, I can't move around, I need somebody else to go here in my place. You have to have a strong team. The fourth one is embracing risk management and knowing and understanding that challenges don't always have to be a bad thing. So when you are faced with challenges, you can rise above them because you prepared for them. Prepare a fund, like I'm keep telling you, I hope somebody on here understands this. Prepare a rainy day fund, broken pipe fund, AC is down fund. If you got a brick and mortar space, and if you don't, if you got a mobile business, you better have some car repair money, right? Something's gonna happen. So prepare for the challenges so that when they do come, you are able to rise above them, okay? And then the last one is prioritizing customer relationships, because at the end of the day, the customer is the backbone of your business. Without customers, you will not have a business. And it could be a B2B, a business to business, or it could be an individual customer, whatever it is. Build that loyal clientele, because that is what is ultimately going to be the biggest asset that you have, you guys. So that's what I have for y'all tonight. I hope that somebody got something out of this. Just know that we all go through challenges in every phase of our business. It's not going to just be smooth sailing one day. There's always going to be some kind of change, something that you need to do, something that, was unexpected. And whether it's business or, like I said, on my side right now, it's personal. I have personal challenges, but I still got to rise for the business. I still got rent to pay. I still got staff to pay. I still got clients depending on me, right? So you have to rise above those things. We are all capable of doing it. If you are capable of starting this business, you are capable of rising above those challenges. So you guys have an amazing evening. I didn't really see any questions. I saw a couple of like comments and hearts and stuff, but I didn't really see too many questions. So if you guys don't have questions, I'm going to toast each and every one of y'all. Thank you for joining in today. Thank y'all for making it through hump day. Y'all have an amazing rest of this week. I'm speaking prosperity over each and every one of y'all's businesses. Hope y'all have an amazing week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, you guys.